Okay. Oh, right.
The atmosphere sort of build was a little bit unneeded.
Totally. But like I say, nothing's gone down, so you know, we're all good. Just having a cup of tea, supporting each other, and see where we go from there. And, you know, trying to communicate with council. Because it's clearly shouldn't be getting effect. There's a lot of things that happen during this process.
Yes.
The way they should.
This is my first day. How long have you guys been here?
Okay.
Right, I think.
Yes,
We've got BBC Radio Cambridge alive.
Yeah, we probably need Anna as well. Anna's just talking to police.
Anna, sorry to hear it.
It does feel quite nice.
I
was planning to give you a call, to be honest, about half an hour ago, but then...
Obviously I've had to travel up.
Right, okay.
That's where then we've done.
I was literally planning to call you.
Here for the start, so.
Yeah, but then it sort of calmed down a bit. I think they were all in a rush to
Get it set up and established,
We've been here before that, really. You know, and then sort of finished it off.
Just because, you know, obviously they came and dropped this off, and the fact that they went to the, you know, the excess of, we feel trapped almost. And we're not here to cause any trouble, we're just trying to see that this goes the right way and follows the, you know, the due process that it was meant to follow in the first place, that it didn't.
Obviously we've not been able to get it. That's been done by the council.
Cool,
so we've sort of come into it in the sort of later stages of it. Obviously it's gone through the process, and the council have obviously got the plans to take it down. In terms of today, obviously their intention is to fell the tree today.
Today?
I think so, that's my understanding. Okay.
You do know there's people in the tree?
I'm aware of that.
Is it just the one?
I've got with
two
me Anna there as well. She's also
40 feet, something like that, do you reckon?
Well, of course, it's going to be nothing.
Yeah, about 30.
Yeah, 40, 50 foot, because they're both at different levels. So,
But at the moment, obviously,
So is the orange one? Is the orange one there? Is another one further up?
No, it's behind.
that direction, you'll see.
Government office have been in touch with them and they decide to call.
okay.
That's what I'm hoping.
If that all goes through correctly, that'll then get notified through. Things may be delayed. Obviously, you're probably a lot more well versed in that process than I am.
No idea what's going to happen, mate.
I'll be honest, I'm not really sure either. So, obviously, I understand the frustration side to it from your side, and I understand why you guys are here. Obviously, at the moment, I understand the intention is to fell it today. Obviously, they've set up the barriers, I think, on the sort of different sides to it. When it comes to being done, you guys will be asked to move to the other side. As due to part of the process, this area has now become private land. As part of the
Again, the challenge went in and out last night from two councillors. And they're checking the land registry because the geographic information system isn't good
The
enough.
land registry does confirm that this does not belong to Peterborough City Council. It's also their own legal papers that were served yesterday as part of their
He's
challenge.
liaising off as a lawyer.
Sorry.
I can feed it back.
If you could become a judge and hear it for us today.
Yesterday, their papers, their skeleton out it should be. Their skeleton outline case actually stated that this is an unadopted road.
Okay.
So if it's an unadopted road, it can't be any different to you and me turning up and saying, all right, you've got different powers than me, but it's like me turning up and saying, right, okay, I don't want you locked down.
But if they prove that it is theirs and they can exclude, then the question is, they need an injunction to remove us?
So I think as part of my understanding of it,
We're not likely to commit a breach of the peace, so you're not going to arrest us.
so my understanding of it is, currently, I can go back and sort of obviously feedback what you guys have said, because obviously everyone will need it clarified before things are done. Is technically when the barriers go up as part of the
Keep the fence up. Keep the fence up.
It's just now.
I assume, is he in support of the tree remaining up?
He's local.
Yeah.
So my understanding of part of it is when it's part of the, I can't remember what the exact terminology is, but as part of the application to fell the tree, when this land becomes private,
but isn't this land becoming private based upon the actual land registry?
so my understanding is part of the application in felling the tree and the license they've got in felling the tree, this becomes private so they can fell the tree, do it safely and whatnot.
You block a road off, you exclude it for a while, you go and do the road.
So similar, like as you say, with roadworks, they then own that and close that while the roadworks
But
get
what
done.
about the people that are currently here?
What will be happening is you guys will be asked to move and go behind the barriers. If you don't, it has been considered and viewed legally that you may be committing the offence of aggravated trespass. Okay.
Maybe,
You have to enter.
or definitely are.
Obviously, I need to clarify the
Yeah.
situation
Right,
with all
okay.
the
I
land
get
and
that.
things.
So that's like
But that's the
spotting.
direction we've received.
Right.
If you guys remain here, that you will then be committing the offence. of
So
aggravated
surely
trespass.
nothing can happen then until at least the police
Well,
are
I'm gonna
aware
ask- I'm
of
gonna
whether
ask
this is
questions
okay or
about
not.
Operationally, they've got to
Commanders.
decide that one. So that's like
Yeah.
if you were to squat somewhere, if you broke in, aggravation, you get in.
Well, squatting's
I know,
more of a
sim-
tricky one.
Similar,
but-
no, but if you walk in because it's open, you're okay. We haven't actually. There's a barrier here, you see.
Yes.
We haven't aggravatedly trespassed that barrier to
But
enter here. Therefore,
That,
we're not.
that private location has been put up, and then you have remained inside. You've been given the option to leave. You then commit the offence. So, for example, if a festival went up, that becomes private. So you can be in the field, wild camping, free
I get
camping.
it. That's the interesting
It
point.
then becomes
That's
private.
the interesting
then
point
you'll
to
be
avoid.
committing the offence.
We would argue the aggravation has been caused not by us but by the barrier going around it. Yeah, I can see that if I
understand that.
entered it, I could be.
That's gone through the lawyers and the legal system, and that's
Tested.
been deemed that it is aggravated
Yeah.
trespass.
Yeah.
So obviously, we'd rather communicate with you guys, and obviously, no one commits an offence.
So is that a
Yeah,
civil
sure,
offence
yeah.
or a criminal offence?
So aggravated trespass is a criminal offence. Trespass is a civil offence. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you
obviously,
you may have powers of arrest then,
so when it comes to aggravated trespass, we do, yes. So
and
obviously,
you may choose to use them.
yes, that's a decision made by the public order
And
command
what do you do?
structure.
Do you arrest us straight afterwards?
I don't think so. Personally, I think my understanding is if you then commit the offence, you will be arrested.
And prosecuted for it.
Most likely, yes. I don't know the ins and outs because I'm not part of the investigation side of it, and I'm not part of the command structure. I'm more here to speak to you guys as the liaison.
It'd be very
side.
helpful.
Yeah, right, yeah.
What about the guys up the tree? What's the plan for that?
Obviously, we will ask him to come down. However, if he doesn't, similarly, he will be committing the offence of aggravated trespass as well. And then we have teams that may move in to remove him from the tree, obviously to do it safely, make sure he's safe and well while doing so. Okay? Okay. I'll feed back to our command sort of what you guys have said in regards to the land and the queries over. I think, what's your name, sorry? Ed. What you've said about the last minute things going in. So did you say one went in last night?
Request went in last night to the Office for Protection of the Environment.
Right, just write that down if that's all right, so I can.
There's no failing.
Matt Gladstone has a copy of the email that went to him
Yep.
and to the Office for Environment Protection. OEP.
OEP, isn't it?
The Office of Environmental Protection. So I emailed them last night and Mr. Gladstone asking them to hold off while the Office of Environmental Protection sought a High Court injunction. They get a duty to protect trees. That's under the new Act, the 2000.
This is all a new law, which the council say that they don't
It is a new
recognise.
law they're learning.
But
So, sorry, just to go back. So the Office of Environmental Protection High Court injunction request was made when
Last night.
yesterday.
When did you make yours?
Oh, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, they told us to exhaust the complaints process with the council. We've done that, and I made a further request.
I sent
No,
about 7.
and then you said there's one that's gone in today, or something that's going in today.
We
also.
asked them last night to apply for the High Court today.
Oh, and then that would go in today. Okay, that's fine. I will chase that up, and
Matt
then.
Gladstone will have a copy of it.
If I'd known, maybe, you know, we were
No,
going to be.
I will feed that back and see what the process is for that one. Obviously, I will then obviously feed that back in our command structure, and it will more than likely be we pop back because we obviously understand you guys have the legal right to protest. We are here to try and facilitate that. However, obviously, we have to work with everyone on the matter, and obviously, if it means stand on this because of her leave. if that obviously does go for the process of the council felling the tree, you guys have the right to protest, but obviously, and we can help facilitate that. But it's how we do it safely and within the areas of them felling the tree, etc., etc. So we'll go back and feed that on, and then probably come back and have a chat.
Can I ask one more question? If obviously, like you say, it's all deemed that we need to leave this area,
Yep.
and we choose not to, is that you, the police, that will take the responsibility for removing us, or is it these guys?
My understanding is because it will then become a criminal offence, it will likely be the police that come and do it.
So these guys aren't here to touch us and move us. They're here.
I don't think so. That's my understanding.
Well, legally, what do you understand?
So my understanding is they are here to help enforce the barrier system that's in place.
Yeah, sure.
Because they're here on behalf of the council to do so. In relation to you guys, my understanding is it'll be the police that come and speak to you.
Right, brilliant.
Okay?
Yeah, that's
obviously my understanding of the
correct.
process. We'll pop back, we'll have a chat and communicate with you. Obviously, if there is a direction to leave, we'll direct that to you. We'd rather people not get arrested at the end of the day. People make a choice often in protest whether they want to or they don't want to. So we'll come back to you guys. If you choose to leave, you choose to leave. However, if you remain, it'll go through the typical process of a 5-step appeal, if that makes sense. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously, you guys. I mean, you are keeping an eye on this, but like I say, like if these boys choose upon themselves misguided information, maybe I don't know whether.
Obviously, we'll give these guys. If you've got concerns over sort of any of their behaviour, questions of things.
I don't right now, but I'm concerned about when somebody gets a phone call to say and then you guys aren't here, then that's a whole different matter.
We'll probably be hanging around throughout the day, so we're probably going to pop and make a call, and then we'll probably pop back. So we'll probably be around most of the day. So if one of us is here and sort of we're still here, come and grab one of us. All right?
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Brilliant. What was your name, dude?
James.
James, yes, sweet James.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel quite intimidated with these guys on top of us.
No worries.
Little days on a way.
And I just feel
we'll
very intimidated if we're left alone.
You won't be alone for a long period, all right? They're in direction of council, and my understanding is they're purely here to maintain the barriers, so you don't get hundreds of people then coming in the barriers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure,
I understand the barriers, but I'm just feel a bit intimidated that they could.
Well, this guy has stated to us that nothing's going to happen without the direction of the council to him, so
on behalf
that's
of the council,
fine. Yeah.
And obviously dealing with you guys, I think it's more the policing matter. So I don't think there's any intention of them to do anything.
Yeah,
with you.
sure. I just wanted to bring it up and clarify, so it's said.
We know there's obviously
rather it be said than not.
There's a difference between security and police. So
yeah, sure.
We understand the concerns in that.
Cool.
So,
at the moment, be careful.
That's all right.
I think there's an argument to be had.
But just on the safe side, if you want to leave us a couple of your batons, we'll give you a call if we need any assistance.
Yeah, but then you're carrying another offence.
Self-defence?
Your possession of offensive weapons.
Defensive?
You can't have something just to defend you. We're not in America.
I want you guys to know that.
You have to dress up in a civil uniform first.
Right,
That law's recently changed. There's a new Offensive Weapons Act. I think the new Offensive Weapons Act in 2019 limits what you can now possess as an ornament. So unfortunately, I don't think you can.
This guy's making me smile for the first time.
But does that not that's just about transporting it, isn't it?
It's including possession. So now it is an offence to possess certain weapons in private as well as public. So, for example, if you have a zombie knife at home, if you don't have a lawful defence to having it, that is then an offence for that as well. So, I think it's more trying to tackle the epidemic of knife
It's
crime.
not collecting sufficient.
I think there's certain things you can collect, and there's certain things they've limited collecting. So if you've got 100 zombie knives, the argument would be, what's the purpose of having them, for example? So it's obviously then the questions of going into law and stuff for it, but it changed in 2019, and then I think it was brought in April last year or this year. So they're typically quite large, and they're
I've got one in my bag.
normally quite strange design blades, and they have things with zombie features on them, but typically they're quite large blades. Oh, they're all over the place. If you Google it, there's all sorts.
No, I'd rather strange.
Yeah, so, I don't know why you would, but
strange looking things, aren't they?
Amazon.
Yeah, we'd rather not. We'd rather not.
Zombie knife delivery today.
If you're interested,
we'll pop
John,
and make a call, and then we'll probably pop back if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, perfect.
Thanks, Joe.
Cool.
I've got some samurai swords being delivered later. They're going to throw them over the fence.
Nicholas Day's on the way, but they'll let me
And they can't refuse her at the moment.
Yeah, right. There's no. They've got fence up, but they've got no piece of paper saying that this is locked off.
They're not
And
restricted. I'll be honest with you. I think it's stop Alan from them. And I don't.
I will need to speak to our supervisor what we're going to do with that.
Because that information would be good to hear.
That's fine. We'll try and clarify that one. It's just a tricky one. Obviously, we can't pick and choose who we allow through because it'll be the argument of why she allowed in and why someone
Well,
else
the
not
fact she's
allowed in.
counsellor and she's got information that's sort of
pertinent to the topic.
But that's not a decision for me to make. That's for someone above us. So we'll go and ask that question. All right.
I appreciate you coming.
No worries. We'll pop back.
See you in a bit anyway.
Okay.
cool. Yeah. Cheerio.
As I grow older,
To be fair, these chubby guy, he turned up.
So that's the 5-0.
He's like, look, what is that?
Oh, bro, you shouldn't have, mate.
It's for their preparations to use agricultural soil.
Oh no, we knew this yesterday because they released a statement. The council also released a statement saying that if you don't do what we say, once it's been closed in, they put this. But haven't you got to their injury? This one said to you need to let because they say no one else can come in. One side's in. You need to let the person in because it's now the reason there was a police report. Well, they can't because